Unearth the Secrets. The small town of Oliobade was quiet and friendly. The streets were lined with little shops, the smell of roasted corn often filled the air, and children's laughter echoed in the evenings. But at the edge of this town, hidden behind tall grass and old trees, stood a house that everyone whispered about. It was not broken or scary, but it carried an air of mystery. No one lived there. The windows were always closed, and the paint on the wooden walls had faded into a dull gray. People called it the Silent House. Most children in Oliobade ran past it quickly whenever they played nearby. But three friends, Bola, Dora, and Connor, were not like most children. They were curious. They loved adventures, riddles, and stories. One sunny afternoon, while eating roasted plantains under a mango tree, Bola leaned closer and whispered, "Have you ever wondered what is inside the silent house? Maybe there is treasure." Dora's eyes widened. Or maybe secrets, something old that no one has seen in years. Connor chuckled. Or maybe, nothing at all. Just dust. But even Connor, who always acted as the sensible one, could not hide his curiosity. So, they made a plan. The next morning, they would go together, carrying a small lantern, a notebook, and of course, a bag of snacks, because every adventure, as Dora said, needs food. The next day, the three friends stood at the door of the silent house. The air was still, and the door creaked softly as Bola pushed it open. Inside, the house was quiet. Sunlight slipped through cracks in the wooden roof, painting golden lines on the floor. They walked slowly, whispering even though there was no one to hear them. Dusty shelves lined the walls, filled with books whose pages were yellow with age. Connor picked up one book and blew gently. Dust flew like tiny clouds. "Look, these are journals," he said. The three of them sat on the wooden floor and opened one. The handwriting was neat and old-fashioned. The journal spoke of a man named Elder Olodil who once lived in the house. He was not rich, but he was a teacher, a thinker, and a keeper of knowledge. He wrote about the town. Dora said, turning the pages with excitement. "Look, here's a story of how Oliobade's first school was built." They read more. Elder Olodil had kept notes about the people, the festivals, the farming methods, and even the riddles he used to teach children. The books were like hidden treasure, not of gold, but of wisdom. As they explored further, they found a small wooden box under a table. Carefully, Bola opened it. Inside were letters, neatly tied with string. "These are letters from people he taught," she said, her voice soft. One letter read, "Thank you, Elder Olodil, for teaching me to read. Now I can write to my brother far away. May your kindness live forever." Another said, "Because of you, I now teach others. Your light will never go out." The three friends sat in silence for a while, their hearts warm. "So the secret of this house," Connor said slowly, "is not money or treasure. It is knowledge. It is kindness. Elder Olodil's work is still alive even if people forgot about him." "Yes," Bola nodded. "We must share it. Everyone should know." The next week, the children told their teacher about what they had found. Soon, the townspeople gathered at the silent house. They cleaned it, painted it, and turned it into a little library. Elder Olodil's journals and letters were placed on shelf for all to read. The town was proud again, not because they had found gold, but because they had rediscovered the true wealth of their community, wisdom and history. And as for Bola, Dora, and Connor, they learned a lesson they would never forget. Sometimes the greatest treasures are not hidden in gold or jewels, but in knowledge, kindness, and the stories of those who came before us. Glowing star moral of the story: curiosity, when guided by courage and kindness, can lead to discoveries that bless not only you but your whole community. True treasure lies in wisdom and in remembering those who built the path before us.